Hey folks, Phil Gallagher here. We're about to start up round 4. I'm currently 3-0, and I've beat down on Delver 3 times. Let's see what we've got going on now. No data on my opponent here. I have a medium power level hand. Very good if my opponent is playing something like Ant or something that is easily disruptible via Wasteland. But if my opponent's on like some sort of like Ren and 6 deck. Oh, my opponent's on Death Shadow Delver. This is potentially pretty good. Just reanimate a Street Wraith. That was a brilliant draw. I could have considered playing the Wasteland so that I have the potential to double Wasteland my opponent, but I think I need to get to 4 mana this game and cast this Palace Jailer, if not to get rid of the Street Wraith, to get rid of another follow-up threat. Well, that sticking is quite nice. Well, how do I want to play this turn? I can play Thalia and Giver this turn, which is potentially just better than Wastelanding. But I think I will play out the Wasteland. Maybe that's not true. Maybe it is true. Thalia plus Wasteland here is really strong. But I think Thalia plus Giver is just stronger. Well, this feels really good. Opponent cannot counter this because of Thalia. Street Wraith aggro was not enough to get there. Alright, so against Death Shadow Delver, I'm probably going to have 5 cards to bring in, 2 Path to Exiles, 3 Council's Judgments. Against Death Shadow Delver specifically, one of the things I need to keep in mind for the post-sideboard games is that my opponent may be packing a bunch of Plague Engineers. So I want to limit my amount of exposure to that. The other thing I need to think about is that my opponent may have some planeswalkers in the sideboard that can be a little bit annoying. I think I'm still going to cut the Revokers for this game. So I think I'll keep these. Really, we're built pretty well for this matchup because we have higher toughness creatures than I'm used to having. It used to be in this matchup that like a Dread of Night would just like absolutely take over the game. It may not be true anymore. What did I used to do for this? I've got a minute. On the draw, I used to be cutting my Thalias, my Jitte, and my Revoker. I do definitely like cutting that. I think I'll just trim rather than cut Thalia completely. Let's play it like that. And then when I'm on the play, I'll bring the other two Thalias back in. This is a fine opener. Nice. I didn't want to path that Delver, but I will very gladly try to Swords to Plowshare it. And it works. Another thing to be cognizant of in this matchup is that my opponent is playing Reanimate. So every once in a while something weird can happen, like they reanimate your Palace Jailer, and it's super devastating. So that's just something to be aware of. Quite glad to see no creature play here. That's going to make my Thalia feel even better. I'll probably play Thalia off of Wasteland. Thoughtseize will take my Stoneforge here. And then I'm probably just going to Wasteland and port my opponent and peck them to death with Thalia until I draw another white source. So they didn't take my Stoneforge. If I just waste and port them and they have something like a Gurmag Angler, it's super bad for me. Maybe I should just like keep trying to go wider. I want to draw their attention here while I have their resources constrained. All of a sudden, that got very big. My opponent is going to need something defensive, though, because otherwise they are just going to just die to 3 Thalia hits. So when my opponent presumably fetches, I'm going to Swords the Death Shadow. Yep, we knew this was a potential issue. I'm still totally fine with my position in this game. I do need another white source, but I'm a-okay with, like, the game assuming I draw a white source. The next question is, like, is my opponent going to, like, Lily minus, get back a Street Wraith, go down 2 more life to get another card? Looks like that's a yes. Oh man, do they have a Gurmag? Alright, now I probably can't beat this. I would need, like, running lands. Well, that's a start. And Swords the Plowshare is the Gurmag Angler. Violin a Sarah Avenger to trade with the Delver. And then maybe be okay. But I might just run into just a hard cast Street Wraith as, what is it, a 3/4? Nope. Well, I mean, maybe yes, but... Oh, that's very bad for me. Land. No? But not necessarily a bad draw. So now I need my opponent to not have, like, a Dismember or Fatal Push this turn. Looks like they have it. That's unfortunate. Plague Engineer and Gurmag Angler there. Quite strong. That doesn't do much on the current board. I think I'm going to go ahead and tick this up. Hope to draw land. Nice. Hope this resolves. Okay, now what do I do with this Flicker Wisp? I probably just Flicker Wisp out the Lily. I'll reset it to how much loyalty? 3 loyalty, which conveniently is not a problem for me in terms of number. See if I can turn the corner on this one. It's possible. Oh man, that is a good sign. Well, we dug our way out of that one. Super pleased with this build. The greater toughness, the non-human stuff has been super relevant here. Um, yeah, I'm now 4-0 versus Delver, 4-0 versus the event. Feels good. See you again soon.